that all men have inalienable rights to think freely, to talk freely, to write freely their own opinions, and to counter or utter or write upon the opinions of others.
This is from the Creed of the Church of Scientology.
Okay, so this kind of wrote it as an actual like scene to imagine being made in a movie. And knowing LRH, that's perfectly reasonable. Um, so it says, let me tell you something. When a Sea Org member steps out of line on the Apollo, it's not just a mistake. It's a violation of everything we stand for, and that is intolerable. You think I spent years perfecting the tech, writing these policies, and leading this organization to have some fool screw it all up? Not a chance. Slam goes the door. The atmosphere on the Apollo is tense as LRH storms into the command room, face red with fury. What do you think you're doing? I'm running a planetary salvage operation here, not a clown show. You have a job, and you failed. Do you understand that? He paces back and forth, the voice rising with each word. His fists are clenched, his eyes blazing. Every crew member knows better than to speak. You have one job, one, and it's to follow my instructions to the letter. What kind of suppressive thinking led you to make such an idiotic mistake? Do you think you know better than me? I created this entire movement. I wrote the tech, I wrote the policy, and you can't be bothered to read it correctly. His hand slams down on the desk. Papers flutter. The crew stiffens. No one dares to move. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. When you're on my ship, you do exactly what I say. You don't deviate. You don't improvise. You follow orders. This is the Sea Organization, the elite of the elite, but apparently you don't get it. Apparently you think this is some kind of playground. He whirls around, eyes locking onto the offender. What's your excuse, huh? Tell me, how did you manage to mess up so badly that you've put this entire ship at risk? You think this is a joke? You're lucky I don't throw you overboard right now for your incompetence. But by policy, we don't tolerate suppressive actions in this organization, and what you just did, it was suppressive. The offender opens their mouth trying to explain, but Hubbard cuts them off. Quiet, I don't want to hear it. You're out ethics. Technically, the bot wrote out of ethics, but I'm just going to shorten it to what it should be. You're out ethics. You've got an MU. Clearly, you don't even understand the most basic instructions, do you? How long have you been on the ship? Long enough to know better. I shouldn't have to keep dealing with this kind of stupidity. Do you know what happens when people like you screw up? We lose orgs. We lose expansion. We lose lives. You're standing in the way of clearing the planet with this garbage. Hubbard stops, breathing heavily, eyes locked on the Sea Org member still. You got two choices. Either you get back on post right now and you get it right this time, or you're going to spend the rest of your days at the bottom of the conditions ladder. Is that clear? You'll be scrubbing decks for a long time if you don't fix this. And don't think for a second I won't order you to be sent to ethics for a complete retraining if I hear about another screw-up like this again. Now, get out of my sight. You've got work to do, and if I see one more deviation from policy, just one, you'll find yourself in a condition lower than treason. You'll wish you were at the bottom of the sea. The Sea Org member scrambles to get out of the room, their heart pounding as LRH turns to the rest of the crew. And the rest of you better take this as a lesson. Don't ever think I won't hold you to the highest standards. This is my ship, and we're here to clear the planet. No room for mistakes, no room for out tech. You get it right or you get off. Is that clear? Good. Now get back to your posts and keep it on policy.